Elves and the Shoemaker. There was once a poor shoemaker and his wife. "This is my last piece of leather," said the shoemaker sadly. "I can only make one more pair of shoes." The shoemaker cut out the leather and put it on his workbench. They went up to bed. The next morning, the old shoemaker found a new pair of shoes on his workbench. "Who made these shoes?" asked the shoemaker. "He put them in the window shop. A man saw the shoes. He came into the shop and tried them on. "I like these shoes," said the man. "I will buy them from you." Now the old shoemaker could buy more leather. He cut out the leather and put it on the workbench, then went up to bed. The next morning there was a new pair of boots and a new pair of shoes on the workbench. "Who has made these boots and shoes?" asked the shoemaker's wife. The old shoemaker soon sold both pairs of shoes. Now he could buy even more leather. He cut out the leather and went up to bed. The next morning he found 8 new pairs of boots and shoes, and so it went on for weeks and weeks. Everyone likes his boots and shoes. Soon they were rich, but still didn't know who was making the shoes, so they made a plan. The old shoemaker cut out the leather and he put it on the workbench, but this time they didn't go to bed. They hid instead. "Now we will see who makes the shoes," said the shoemaker. The old shoemaker and his wife waited and waited. At last the shop door opened. 2 tiny elves ran in. They jumped up onto the workbench and sewed the leather as fast as they could. Like magic, the shoes were finished. The elves danced a little jig, then little jig on the workbench. Tip, tip, tap. Then they jumped down. The elves ran away into the night. "Those elves are very kind to us," said the shoemaker. "Yes," said his wife, "but their clothes are old and thin. They must be so cold." The shoemaker nodded his head. "The winter snow is on the ground and they don't even have any shoes," he said. "How can we help the elves?" said the shoemaker's wife. The next day the shoemaker and his wife set to work. What do you think they made? That's right, 2 tiny coats, 2 tiny pairs of trousers, and 2 tiny pairs of boots. They look just right for the tiny elves. They put the presents on the workbench. Then they waited and waited. At last the shop door opened, and in ran the two tiny elves. They jumped up onto the workbench and saw the presents. They danced a little jig. Tip, tip, tap. 2 for you and 2 for me. The tiny elves put on the tiny clothes. They are just right, they said, and danced a little jig all along the workbench. Tip, tip, tap. Thank you, they called as they jumped down. The tiny elves did another jig on their way out of the shop. Tip, tip, tap. Puzzle time! Which two words rhyme? 4 can run, man his. Type down the answers in the comment. Which word doesn't match the pictures? Elf, jig, night. Which word matches the picture? Shop, shoe, show. Who cuts the leather? Shoemaker, wife, elf. Which sentence is right? They sewed as fast as they could. They sewed as slowly as they could. Okay, guys, that's the end of the Elves and the Shoemaker. Bye!